Chapter 3: The People. In late 2022, Meta cut about 11,000 jobs worldwide, and the Singapore office wasn't spared. 4 engineers from that office found themselves simultaneously unemployed: Joe Liu, Wang Ke, Jialu Zhong, and Sean Dai. Joe Liu is the chief executive. He describes his own title on his profile as co-founder, CEO, and chief Max Miles Hoarder, which tells you something about the culture. He has a science degree from the University of Michigan. Before Meta, where he was a software engineering manager, he was at Expedia, and that matters more than it might sound, because HeyMax is fundamentally a travel distribution business wearing a loyalty coat, and Liu has seen the other side of that margin pool. He's also, by his own account, personally cycled through more than 100 credit cards. He didn't invent this idea in a moment of unemployment. He says he spent roughly 3 years working out the framework before the layoff gave him the time and the co-founders. He's an unusually good talker about his own business, and 2 of his lines are worth repeating because they're actual strategy, not just sound bites. The first, why does the consumer have to start with a loss? That is the fundamental question. That's the whole thesis. Traditional loyalty programs are designed so that what you get back is worth less than what was extracted to fund it. HeyMax is an argument that it doesn't have to be that way. The second, consumers will increasingly be universally smart and savvy because it will cost almost nothing to be smart and savvy. That's a bet on AI destroying the value of expertise. And if he's right, the money stops being in asterisk knowing which card to use and starts being in asterisk aggregating, which is exactly where HeyMax has positioned itself. Now the other 3 founders, Wang Ke and Jialu Zhong, keep low public profiles. Sean Dai is the most externally visible of the 3, usually carrying company announcements, which suggests a commercial or partnerships role. Beyond that, I genuinely don't know, and I'm not going to invent an org chart. What I can tell you is who joined them. The early hires came out of Endowus, Aspire, Funding Societies, and SingSaver. Notice what that is. That's Singapore's fintech bench, wealth management, small business banking, lending, comparison. It is not a loyalty operations bench, and that gap shows up throughout this analysis. HeyMax is fluent at business development and distribution, and it appears to have learned the actuarial side of running a loyalty program, liability modeling, breakage forecasting, hedging your cost of miles, on the job, and in public. Headcount today is about 30 people, up from 10 a year ago. There are 11 open roles as I write this, and the shape of those roles is genuinely revealing. 5 are engineering and product, all in Singapore. 5 are marketing and affiliate management, spread across Singapore, Hong Kong, Kuala Lumpur, and Manila. 1 is customer support in Manila. So Kuala Lumpur and Manila are cost centers, not markets. There's no country manager in either. That's a shared services build, and it's a smart margin move. Those markets run at roughly 1/3 to 1/2 of Singapore cost for equivalent seniority. But look at what's not on that list. There's no risk role, no actuary, no compliance hire, no finance lead, no business development role for the B2B business that I'm about to argue is the entire future of the company. For a business that has just launched a credit-shaped product, and that carries a 9-figure liability denominated in a currency it prints itself, the absence of a risk or actuarial hire is the most striking thing in the whole org picture. And one more, they've said they'll be in Japan, Taiwan, and Australia by the end of 2026. It's July. There are no roles open in any of those 3 countries. That expansion is either going to be partner-led and very asset-light, or it's going to slip. And I'm going to argue later that slipping it would be the right call, not a failure.